Really out of nowhere, the NBA's buyout market has been hotter than ever this summer, including guys like Damian Lillard taking a contract buyout, tapping an all-time contract buyout, DeAndre Ayton obviously taking a contract buyout, joining the Lakers via the contract buyout, and then even for guys like Bradley Beal likely to hit the buyout market, Jonas Valanciunas, and maybe a few guys in the Washington Wizards here too. Now reports say that the Lakers are not out on Bradley Beal quite yet. Reports say that he's thinking about joining, including with other teams like the LA Clippers, who I think are the favorite for him, the Milwaukee Bucks, Minnesota T-Wolves, and the Golden State Warriors, but I don't think that'll happen, and I think he will pick a different team over them. Which kind of leaves them waiting for the after effects of it. Will there be more free agents that are willing to sign after Bradley Beal joins the team and picks the team that he wants to play with? Or could there actually be more buyouts after that point? Like I said, the Washington Wizards are definitely a team that appears to be looming for the buyout market. At the moment, they have 17 players on their 15-man roster, and obviously that's a problem. You can't carry more than 15. Sooner or later, they will have to cut players off their team, and it doesn't look like they're going to do that with any of their young players. Obviously not going to waive guys like Malachi Branham or Blake Wesley, who they just got via trade. Obviously not going to waive their draft picks they've taken lately, Alex Sarr, Bilal Coulibaly, anyone like that. So pointing to their team and pointing to their current roster, I would definitely look at guys like Marcus Smart and Khris Middleton as potential buyout candidates. And even according to a report, keep in mind this is from Anthony Irwin of Clutch Points, but the Lakers apparently do have interest in Marcus Smart via trade, not the buyout market. But if that does happen to be true, which take it with a grain of salt, then maybe they might be trying to angle their way to get him, either through a trade or the buyout market. So we'll talk about the Lakers' interest or potential interest in both Marcus Smart and Khris Middleton, and why the Washington Wizards could maybe help them out indirectly this summer. But before we get too far into it, if you have been enjoying the content and the daily uploads, then I genuinely would appreciate it if you dropped a like, hit that subscribe button if you have not already, and turn on notifications so you never miss out when I upload a video. And I genuinely appreciate all of you that do that without me having to ask. I really do appreciate it. But now getting back to our topic and starting out with Marcus Smart here. Like I said, there is that report that links them to him via trade. Personally for me, I would rather get him through the buyout market, not requiring them to give up trade assets to get him, even though we're simply talking about expiring contracts here and not anybody with real trade value, but I still would prefer the buyout market. Though if we are talking about trade and what it would likely look like for him, it would probably be something like Gabe Vincent, Maxi Kleber, a future second round draft pick, and that probably would be enough to get the trade done here. I mean, I don't think the Wizards will be able to trade him, coming off two rather poor seasons in the NBA, two of his worst of his entire career, two injury-riddled seasons to add on to that, and then not to mention that he's making $21.5 million next season. I'm not sure that's really a great trade value perspective for them. I don't think another team would really value him through a trade and give up a lot of trade assets to get him. So unless we're talking about purely a salary dump kind of thing here, again with the expiring contracts of Vincent and Kleber, then with at the most an unprotected second round draft pick, that's probably what a trade would look like and what it would take to get him here too. Though in my opinion, I think the Lakers will wait it out for him. Watch if he eventually hits the buyout market, with again the Wizards having 17 players on their 15-man roster. Obviously they have to get rid of somebody. Whether that comes through a trade via salary dump, I don't really see that happening, as they're kind of a team that gets a salary dump, a tanking team that's not afraid to take on bad contracts and simply waive them and keep them on their payroll so they can tank for a better draft pick. That's kind of what they're doing, not what a different team is doing that they would try to trade them to. So again, in my opinion, I would wait it out here. I think the Lakers will wait it out here, hoping for either Marcus Smart and or Khris Middleton to hit the buyout market. And then talking about if they do, and with Marcus Smart, I definitely would have interest. Again, minor interest through a trade, but major interest through the buyout market. I've talked about this, and obviously when healthy, Marcus Smart can be a great contributor on the court. If healthy, definitely the big quotation marks here, but when he's on the court and when he's actually healthy and ready to go, definitely still a top tier perimeter defender. I mean, a former defensive player of the year only a couple of years ago. That's incredibly rare for a backcourt player, let alone a 6'3" backcourt player. So he definitely is that defensive minded point of attack guy that the Lakers are apparently looking for. I mean, they've been linked to players like Khris Middleton for one, so kind of confirming their interest in that archetype and what they're trying to add to their backcourt. In my opinion, probably trying to upgrade over Gabe Vincent, and I think Marcus Smart would fall into that category here too. Now, he's definitely not the 3-point shooter that De'Anthony Melton is, let alone even Gabe Vincent is. Only a 32.4% career 3-point shooter, a little bit better from the corner, being a 35.5% corner 3-point shooter, though it definitely has been underwhelming. One season you might get a 31% from the 3-point line Marcus Smart, the next one you might get a 36%, but you're not going to get a whole lot higher than that, which might be a problem with Luka Doncic and LeBron, obviously needing pretty good reliable shooting around them, and I'm not sure Marcus Smart would qualify. But if he can at least be average, and especially in the corner, combined with his defense and hopefully staying on the court for more than 50 games at the bare minimum, it would definitely be worth it for simply a veteran minimum contract, or at the most here what they have left of their biannual exception, which would be roughly $3.9 million if and when they waive Shake Milton. So whether it would be that or the biannual exception, I definitely would give it to Marcus Smart given that he enters the buyout market and thus the free agent market. But then for Khris Middleton, would I pick him over Marcus Smart? Would I have interest if Marcus Smart gets traded and doesn't enter the buyout market? Yes, to some degree yes. I don't think I would pick him over Marcus Smart if they both get bought out, simply from what the Lakers need here and again what they're kind of targeting via the De'Anthony Melton reports, going after more of a 3-and-D defensive-minded backcourt player. I definitely would pick Smart over Khris Middleton, but again for a veteran minimum contract or something under $5 million per year, I definitely would have some level of interest in Khris Middleton. Much like Marcus Smart is coming off 2 bad injury-riddled seasons, only playing 37 games last year, 55 in 2023-24, but then only 33 again in 2022-23. Though we are talking about a 3-time All-Star here and a guy that's definitely effective yet when he's healthy and on the court. Then again though, we are talking about a 3-time All-Star here and a guy that's still very good when he's healthy and on the court. I mean, even dating back to a year ago in the NBA playoffs in 2023-24, Khris Middleton put up 25 points per game, 9 rebounds per game, 5 assists per game, shooting a pretty solid 48.2% from the field and 35.5% from 3. So no, he's definitely not washed up yet, quote unquote. When he's actually healthy, even though that's kind of rare unfortunately for him at this point, he still is a very good contributor. It's all about keeping him healthy and actually having him on the court and ready to go. That's kind of the problem here though. Is it worth the risk? Would it be worth picking him for simply the upside over a guy like Marcus Smart or maybe a different buyout player? Maybe, maybe not. I guess that might depend on a future trade the Lakers make. If they are in fact planning to or maybe thinking about trading Rui Hachimura, then maybe adding a guy like Khris Middleton to be their backup, maybe their starter if they make some major changes, but likely for a 6-man off the bench, giving them a scoring punch, 3-point shooting punch, playmaking punch, even not a terrible defender when healthy again. I think it might be the right idea if the chips fall in a certain way and if they trade a few players first. I mean, I for one have always really liked Khris Middleton, a guy that plays the game the right way, never complains and fills pretty much any role asked of him and required of him, has filled a ton of different roles throughout his career, so hard to argue against a guy for a very cheap price that does have career averages of roughly 17 points per game, 4 rebounds per game, 4 assists per game, a near 39% career 3-point shooter, can play on the ball, off the ball, still decent defensively. Really hard to argue against that. Again, I think I probably would go Marcus Smart here if I had the choice between them, but that's often not how it goes. It's not NBA 2K where you can pick any free agent you want and pretty much get them for any price you want. If they want to join their team and if only one wants to join the team, then I definitely would pick them up. Whether that be Marcus Smart, whether that be Khris Middleton, I definitely would have interest, and especially if the Lakers team does change a little bit, trading Gabe Vincent, trading Rui Hachimura, whatever it might be, there might be a spot for them and maybe for both of them too. So I definitely would have interest, and I definitely am watching the Washington Wizards very closely going forward. I mean, do they waive one of them? Do they waive both of them? Do they wait until the trade deadline to do it and try to get a trade from them up until that point? Or do they simply cave in and waive both of them and kind of the obvious picks on their current 15-man roster to get their 15-man roster to actually 15 players here? That's definitely something to watch going forward. They do have until roughly September to do that, so it might be a game of cat and mouse here, but I am definitely hoping for it and at least for one of them to hit the buyout market. So with all of that being said, what do you guys think? How do you feel about the Washington Wizards and what they might do with Marcus Smart and Khris Middleton? Do you think they will waive one of them? If they do, which one would you pick and which one do you like the Lakers to pick up? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But I think that'll pretty much do it for this one. And if you enjoyed the video, then I would greatly appreciate it if you dropped a like, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and hit that notification bell to never miss out when I upload a video. But as always, thank you for watching and have a great day or night.